hate to say I told you so, Jay. Why are you lying? I love saying I told you so. Problem is I don't like being right, okay? As much as I relish in being right, I would much prefer to be wrong in a lot of instances. And when it comes to Joe Biden and the way he actually feels about quote unquote black America, I really, for your sake, wished I was wrong. But leaks have come out with about an NAACP meeting that he had recently on Zoom. And well, let's just get into this because this is magic, baby.
But it's like when I name it, well, I don't know if that counts. I'm not so sure. Well, if it doesn't count for y'all, well, the hell with y'all. But because it's real. It's real. So all I'm saying is look at us, judge us based on what we do. You're going to see more coming your way. And not only that, within the White House as well. Cedric is the best. Cedric's been with me from the beginning.
So in this one, he's like, he's around all these professional complainers and they're doing their job complaining. And so he's like, yo, get off my schmeat. I done already told, I've already done more than enough for y'all. How about you get back, you go sit down and tell your people to sit their asses down too. Oh, it is amazing. I love this. This is great. Shout out to Brianna Wright. I was actually reached out about this from a family member. Hold on. I was actually reached out about this from a family member, and it's because they're like, yo, am I tripping? Like, no, bro, you're not tripping at all. You could have seen this coming from a mile away. All you had to do was look.
Because the success of this administration will be the ability of the Senate to confirm your nominees. We have an opportunity here, and we want to make sure we seize upon this opportunity and allowing for the input necessary. 10 more appointments to go. A lot of people in our community are getting a little anxious because they are not seeing enough of the progress they thought they would have seen at this point. Let's not disappoint them, and let's not get to a place where voters in Georgia begin to second guess.
Okay, let me respond. I've got to go. Let me respond. There's a lot to respond to here. Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far.
Wow. It's so amazing how much he hates Trump, but at the same time sounds a lot like Trump. I've done more than anybody else has done thus far. Like, I put the black Raytheon executive in charge of Secretary of Defense. Y'all should be fine. Y'all should be satiated. And the crazy part is that each and every one of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people would what's the name? Like, that's their thing. Oh, as long as it's a black face in the space, I'm 100% okay. It doesn't matter to them that during the Obama administration, which this is ultimately a third term of, this is ultimately Obama's third term, not Biden's first. But during the Obama administration, the poverty rate in urban America just went through the roof. When one of my main complaints about manufacturing and production and bringing that type of work to these areas is actually antithetical to where they stand with the with the Chinese Communist Party and everything else like that, because that's the type of work that they want to be able to sell off to these countries. So yeah, bro, like this is shaping up terribly. All y'all who sat here and was like, yeah, this is our dude. Biden belittling Sherilyn Eiffel and Kristen Clark. Chicks, it doesn't really matter. Biden telling Melanie Campbell that he doesn't think she read a document she was speaking about because she disagreed with them. Well, ladies, let's get it. Ladies, let's see you get put in your place too, because it's all that intersectionality, right? This is why this shit can't work.
Lastly, what's happening as we speak around the recovery pack that does not include, unless something happened since we've been talking, paid family and medical leave.
Yes, it does. No, it does include. It does include paid family medical leave. Guaranteed.
I know it's a little blurry. This isn't the greatest as far as resolution goes, but he's just like pointing his finger like, get off my lawn, nigga.
Enough.
Well, it has more than. I don't think you've read it. It has significant.
Okay. Yeah, I've been reading it, and I said something may have happened since, but it was 1.8 million was going to take for 3 months.
Oh no! So you should sitting there talking about paid family leave and stuff like that, things that you should probably work out with your employer. But all right, continue. Uh, Telling them he's the only white boy you knew. Oh, okay, yeah. This is definitely a money shot.
Time.
Hold on.
You've never seen me shy away. In the middle of the debate, I called him a racist. In the middle of the debate with him, I took on white supremacists. I'm the guy.
Yep. Rode that bullshit to this quote unquote victory. Oh yes, I am the one. I am your savior. Now bow.
Took on every single time somebody was threatened in this country. The only white boy you know who did it, period, out there. Every single time. So look, all...
Okay, but then what do you think Antifa is, right? Like you're talking about, oh, I'm the only white boy that stood up to white supremacy. According to Antifa and other far left factions, no. They're the ones that's really fighting the white supremacy. That self hatred. It's beautiful.
I'm saying here is, guys and ladies, we're on the same exact page. The same exact page.
I really don't think so, Joe. I really don't, because first and foremost, they are all under a feminine type mindset where, there's no such thing as enough. There's no such thing as, too much. So yeah, that's not, I don't really think you're on the same page. And honestly, the Biden's buyer remorse is just too real. Right, Biden. Now I'll admit, Brianna Wright has got like you feel it's a lot of butthurt here. Because you're like, Biden's speaking as if he's doing them and all black people a favor by running against a racist son of a gun, huh?
Because of the race. It ain't worth the job if I can't say what I believe. I didn't want to run this time. I ran this time because of the racist son of a gun who was president of the United States of America.
Once again, as somebody who's done content for the past year, covering a lot of Trump's appointments and policies, the fact that even after the election, they're still pushing this, oh, he's so racist mindset, and there's so many people that really buy into it. It is pretty disheartening. I'm not even gonna lie, guys, because you don't bother to look. Like, it was in the video that I did on Big Man Comics Explained. He's like, oh, well, I have questions for Trump supporters and everything. Well, you didn't bother to ask any of these questions for 4 years. You didn't bother to look. And these folks, none of them bothered to look. They just was like, hey, let's get Biden in there. We just got to get rid of that man. Orange man back. Got to get rid of that man. Guess what? You've only gotten Obama's third term, and that's not going to do a damn thing for any of these communities that these assholes claim to represent. Because they all ride the descendant wave, right? Like, oh yeah, 400 years. Problem is that there were choices made in that 400 years that fall on everybody's shoulders, present company included. And to sit here and pretend as if any president, even Trump or Biden, or has more sway over your than your governors or your mayors when it comes to your day-to-day life is completely ridiculous. See, we got anything else here? Okay, so here's everybody who was on the call: Mark Morale, Derek Johnson, Melanie Campbell, Kristen Clark, Vanita Gupta, Sherilyn Eiffel, and of course Al Sharpton, who said absolutely nothing, sat back and just took the lumps, baby. I have no doubt that he said things during the Zoom call, but as far as like checking Biden, hell no, ain't no way in hell that FBI informant gonna go out there and check Biden. So this was brought up, and I knew that there was more than enough here to really go into. I just wanted to get into the clips that, sister girl over here, what's her name again? Brianna Wright. Nice hair. Hold on. Really took offense to. I just wanted to get wanted to make this as short and as condensed as possible, because a lot of other sources that I saw, they would play like the entire thing, 5, 6, 7 minutes segments. I just wanted all the juicy bits. So, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like to toss it, like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. And you want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like aren't the biggest fans of you boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from the Teespring. Check me out on Patreon as well. Links in the description. And speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? Yeah. You get what you pay for, right? Like, it was impossible. If you were actually paying attention to news, and not just the mainstream news, but alternative news as well, you'd have seen this coming from a mile away. All right. Biden he's not even really president, if we're keeping it a buck. It's just it's Obama in a Biden skin, and Obama himself was an awful president who happily sold our communities out, happily shipped manufacturing and production away, not particularly appreciating that is how you build your middle class. That's how you build your economy, by having products, by moving products and the like. I've gone into this on other videos as well, where you got all these people in these positions making choices that really don't seem to understand how this shit works. If you don't have the work there for the people, then teach a man to fish, feed him. Give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, feed him for the rest of his life. The problem is that the ponds have been dried up here in the United States, as far as fishing being the manufacturing and production work, because that stepping stone right there is insanely important for those who seek to climb out of poverty. But they've gone out of their way to get rid of it. And guess what? Over the next 4 years, so it would seem, that's going to continue to be the game plan. But you may disagree. Comment section down below. Until the next one.